Polling stations are open until 6 p.m. today for the second of the 2 days of early voting in the presidential election. We connect right away with our Ahn Sung-jin standing by at one of the polling stations. Hello there, Sung-jin.
Good morning, Dami.
So, Sung-jin, I am aware you are at the same polling station as you were yesterday. How's the second and final day looking this morning?
Right, Dami. I'm currently at an early voting location in Yeoksam-dong, Gangnam-gu District, an area bustling with offices and business people. I was here since early in the morning, and we saw an influx of voters coming in to vote before they headed to work. Yesterday, we saw the highest voter turnout rate ever for early voting, which first took place in 2014 for national elections. But today, it seems a little bit more calmer compared to the same time yesterday when we got here. However, over time, starting from 8 till 9 a.m., the line has begun much longer, so we'll have to keep an eye on it till this afternoon. As we head into the last day of early voting, have a listen to what some of the voters have to say.
I came to vote early before going to work. Regardless of who becomes the next president, I think it's important to vote.
I think voting is the least we can do. I wish that the next government will be fair and transparent and bring more change for those in their 20s and 30s.
So, Sung-jin, like you mentioned, we already saw a record high early voting figure on the first day yesterday. How are the figures looking 4 hours into the voting today?
Right, if we take a closer look at the number of people who have already cast their vote starting from 9 a.m., at this polling station I'm at, 1,845 people have voted and a total of 223,978 for Seoul. Other major cities like Busan saw 53,151 people, Daegu 35,508, and Sejong 8,619. However, as we just passed 10 a.m., new figures should be out, which I will be back with later in our news upcast.
And Sung-jin, again, today is the last day voters can cast their ballot in the early voting. Walk us through the voting procedure one more time. And how is the National Election Commission ensuring a transparent election?
To begin with, early voting takes place for 2 days, Thursday and Friday, from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Voters must be over 18 and bring a government-issued ID. I just mentioned the number of voters per hour, which is actually a new measure for the presidential election this time that the NEC announced. The number of voters per hour will be disclosed by each polling station per hour for the first time. The process of verifying vote counting officials will be also strengthened after accusations over the use of Chinese voting officials in 2020. The NEC emphasized that in this election, all 260,000 voting and counting officials are Korean nationals. Ballot boxes will be monitored around the clock, and the NEC will also operate a fair election observation team for the first time to observe the entire election process from voting to counting. That's all I have for now, and I will be back with more updates for our later newscast.
All right, Sung-jin, thank you so much for the report this morning.